Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sunny Parikh. I'm here representing the FinTech Innovation Lab. Just by a quick show of hands, how many of you are familiar with or have heard of the FinTech Innovation Lab? Great. I say like 15, 20%. My goal one day is when I ask that question, everyone raises their hands. But in the meantime, here's some background. The FinTech Innovation Lab was started in 2010 as a partnership between the Partnership Fund for New York City and Accenture. Started with a simple but powerful goal: connecting innovative enterprise technology companies with the large financial institutions in New York City. We started with 10 banks in 2010, and since then, we've added a few more. We have 35 financial institutions this year as part of the lab. But what's unique about the partnership that we have with financial institutions is the executive sponsorship. The CTOs, CIOs of these large institutions choose the companies that participate in the lab. So if you make it in, you're one of the chosen ones. And what you get as part of that 3-month experience is an opportunity to navigate these large organizations, meet leaders of the business units that are relevant to your products, understand use cases, get feedback, refine and test your product, and hopefully build out customers. And in some cases, learn alternative use cases you might have never learned about before. So you'll have Ed and Paul talk a little bit about their experience working with the FinTech Innovation Lab and the financial institution partners. Another strong part of the FinTech Innovation Lab is the mentorship. Business leaders from around New York City help mentor the companies that are part of the lab. Companies in prior years have had a chance to meet with the likes of Henry Kravis, James Gorman, and been mentored by VC firms like Bain, RRE, Warburg, Nika, and a few others. So 7 years in, we've had 47 companies participate, companies like CB Insights, Digital Asset, Digital Reasoning. They've raised a lot of capital, created jobs, turned pilots into customers. And we look forward to continuing to build on that success. So if you're an enterprise fintech company looking to work with large financial institutions, here's some key dates. Our application's open next month. Contact info, and we'll be around afterwards if you want to chat. And with that, I'll pass it over to Ed from Untapped.
All right, thank you very much, Sunny. So I'm Ed Donner. I'm the CEO of Untapped, and we are using deep learning to change the way people hire. Let's see if my slides come up. There we go. So you've heard from more than 70 companies in FinovateFall. They've got one thing in common. They're all built on technology. And that means that they all need one thing. They all need great technology people. So the question is, where do people go to find good technologists? In the past, the first place people have gone has been recruitment agencies. Now, I've got some great friends who are recruiters. I've worked with some good recruiters. I've also worked with some not-so-good recruiters, and they can be very expensive. The second place people often go is to the job boards, the kind of Monster, Indeed, Dice, where typically it comes down to a keyword search over thousands and thousands of results. A search for Java developer jobs in New York came up with almost 4,000 hits yesterday. A lot of people are trying to improve the situation, but in our view, they're working on the wrong problem. The hardest part of this problem is how do you match the right candidate with the right job in a way that goes beyond keyword searching? And that is what we believe we've solved. We've created the most precise matcher of candidates and jobs in the world. And we've done it using deep learning. We've built a deep neural network that looks at the natural language in a candidate's resume and the natural language in a job description and is able to match the two. It's able to separate out candidates who will get invited to interview, shown in blue, from those who won't get invited to interview, shown in red. And around this, we've built a talent marketplace that's focused on fintech and financial services, an area that desperately needs technology talent. We have a tech community of 30,000 software engineers on the platform. We're working with 80 fintech clients, including 6 global financial institutions. For candidates, the product is personal, confidential. It's a way to look at possible future roles that you've been matched exactly for. For managers, it's a way to understand which candidates are well qualified for your roles and which candidates are already interested in working at your company. We were selected last year by the FinTech Innovation Lab. We went through the 3-month program. It brought in new clients. It brought in new financing. It even helped us develop a new product using Untapped for internal mobility, career progression within a company. And it was actually Barclays that had that idea while they were working with us in the lab. So that is almost exactly the end of my 3 minutes. My one request is, if you're looking for great technology people, or if you're an engineer looking for a great job, please come and talk to me afterwards or email me on the email address up there. Thank you very much. And Paul, over to you.
All right. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I guess it's afternoon now. Anyway, I am Paul Nemirovsky. I'm CEO and co-founder of Dmetrics, a company I started with Ariadne Quatoni, a fellow MIT PhD. And I'm here today to talk to you about Minsky, an AI platform that will shift the way you think about your business in context of reading. But first, a quick show of hands. How many of you feel overwhelmed with all the emails and social media posts and back office documentation that you have to read every day? And of those of you that raised your hands, how many of you write state-of-the-art natural language processing algorithms? So that's the problem that Minsky solves. It empowers you to read at scale. And that is something that really just enables you to do what you would do anyway if you had 100,000 clones. So if you think reading email is hard, try thinking about SEC filings, cybersecurity, data breaches, accounting risks, litigation. Really understanding, reading this accurately and quickly is key to remaining competitive today. So look at this SEC filing. It's 75 pages long. We just picked one. If you were to read it, you would recognize investment risks, online disclosures, operational changes, and this is really what Minsky does. It reads like you, but it does it about 1 million times faster. And what that means is that you can read and act on every filing in real time, and that is something that saves you a tremendously menial job. So the world is much larger than SEC filings, and so is Minsky. It reads emails, it reads chats, it analyzes social data, regulatory filings, and really the point here is that you can train Minsky to do things like categorize support call transcripts. You can train Minsky to standardize the way that contract termination clauses are in your documentation. The way that AI is hard, but not for Minsky users. Minsky users can show examples, Minsky learns the rest, and you can, as a result, read 1 million documents before breakfast and without writing code. So there's 3 things that you need, whether you're a compliance officer or a wealth manager for Minsky. You need questions, you need text data, and you need to be able to train Minsky for a few hours to read like you would. Finally, we are a team of 19 people in Brooklyn, New York, and we have the best technology in this space, and our clients include some of the largest banks, insurance, and pharma companies. And last thought is I showed Minsky to 200 leaders of a large firm. And today, their process of ingesting data takes 4 to 6 weeks. I put Minsky in their hands. They don't write code. And I told them, do it. And within 120 seconds, each one of them did the same work of 4 to 6 weeks. So the new age of AI is about to begin for business users. Thank you.